Hello everybody and welcome to DraftKings, and it is week 10 of the English Premier League, and me and the boys are here to discuss particular games. And who's joining me? I'm Tyrone Atkins, of course, I'm the host, and to my left we have got Jamie Hinks, staff writer for DraftKings. Over the way there we've got Edo Delmont here, European football correspondent, and next to him, none other than Andy Davis, humorist from Hertfordshire. Right, so the big game we're going to be looking at here, guys, is, for me, a tasty, juicy one, and a scary one as well. It's Southampton at home against the mighty Blues. That's right, it's Chelsea. And I'm going to start with Jamie Hinks. Jamie Hinks, how do you see this game going?
I think Southampton have been a bit underrated this season so far, because they're actually unbeaten at home. They had a couple of really poor results early on. I think they may have even drawn with Sunderland at home. I could be wrong, but
I think that's where Sunderland's point came.
They drew with Watford at home early, and I think Sunderland as well.
Yeah, I think they drew against Sunderland. So yeah, they've quietly started going, but there's obviously the back four is very, very good, I think, from Southampton, and the fact he's managed to not get battered by anyone when Bertrand and people like that have been injured is really impressive. But yeah, he changed the formation completely for the last game and played 3 in central midfield, which I don't think anyone expected, but it seemed to do the job against City because they got a draw. He had like a flat 3. I think he'll be back to the diamond in this one. I think someone like Bertrand can give them problems, especially if John Terry's playing, because he's not the quickest anymore. And Redmond, playing as a centre forward, is very quick, and he tends to pull it out in a big game like this. But yeah, Chelsea haven't conceded a goal since Alonso started playing at left back, and that's really helped. I think getting Ivanovic out of the team has been a massive factor in that, because I think he was getting away with playing badly last season. Well, I don't think he was getting away that much, but I think other players were kind of being blamed. I think it was all sort of, it's Hazard, it's Fabregas, it's da-da-da-da. But it was actually, Ivanovic was playing very poorly.
Yeah, he was never the quickest anyway, but it really caught up with him.
Yeah, he was to make up for it.
Yeah, I mean, he was always that guy who bombed forward from right back and scored goals, and then he just stopped doing it. But this is going to be incredibly tight, this game. And Chelsea obviously can go top if results go their way this weekend. And if that's a factor when it comes to this game, then maybe it might give them a little bit more motivation. And
it's the last game of the weekend as well, isn't it?
No, there's a horrible game on Monday.
Oh, those don't count.
Not a horrible game, sorry. It's an interesting game between Swansea and Stoke.
Okay, no factor in the
I think 1-1, maybe 0-0.
1-1, maybe 0-0.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I can't see Southampton giving up that unbeaten record at home without a massive struggle, and they're a good side.
Yeah, as they always seem to do, they'll lose a good manager and they'll recruit one in. He's doing a sensible job. They're doing very good business in the last few weeks. So yeah, very, very good point. Andy Davis, how do you see this game going?
Yeah, Southampton are like Doctor Who.
They regenerate
and they regenerate every season, and they've done it again with Pure. I mean, yeah, they have gone under the radar this season. They've been really, really good at home. Chelsea, they hammered United 4-0, but that isn't a particular marker for this game, because Southampton at home, they're a confident team. They're a team that are used to winning home matches. I think they lost to Inter away, but they battered Inter.
Yeah.
And I think before that they'd gone something like 6, maybe even 7 games without defeat, Southampton. So they're a very, very good team, and they'll give Chelsea a match. I can't see anything other than a draw with this one. I don't think either side's got enough to beat the other side. It's not a bringing sort of Chelsea back down to earth from the 4-0 against United. It's just levelling it out. I don't think many teams are going to go to Southampton and win. Very, very few. I can see them probably one of those teams that will maybe finish sort of 6th or 7th again, but probably only lose maybe 1 or 2 games at home. But on the road, they're sort of a different prospect. So it'll be a good result for Chelsea to come away with a point, and I think they will. So I've got a 2-2 for this one.
You've got 2-2, so an entertaining draw.
Yeah, and it's also another thing about Southampton. It's lovely to see Charlie Austin amongst the goals for them as well, going back to the club that he always wanted to be at and scoring goals. So
he can't really run though.
It doesn't matter if he can't.
He just stands up there and scores.
Redmond's doing all the running.
Hey,
he scores every time.
Vincent Janssen would take a leaf out of his book and just stand there and score goals. Stop running around.
Stop running around. Stands there.
So what Andy's saying, though, it's season in, season out. It's business as usual at Southampton.
Yes.
And you expect that to be the same against
absolutely.
the big boys from London coming up. And finally, Chelsea fan himself, Edo Delmonte. How's this game going to go?
It's going to be very difficult for Chelsea. I completely agree with what a lot of you guys were saying. And in fact, the Southampton being underrated does seem to be an English phenomenon, because from a European perspective, it's people would look at simply the scores and go, well, yeah, they've been unbeaten in, I believe it was 7 games. And I think it became 8 with the City draw. And people were very impressed by how they played against Inter Milan, because Inter Milan had 1 shot on goal. Even Guardiola reminded everybody of that before last week. He said, well, they had 1 shot on goal and they scored. And actually, Southampton outplayed Inter at the San Siro, which can't be easy, especially because the turf is terrible as well. So you can clearly see this team finding solutions to different kind of scenarios. My problem with Chelsea, well, I have many problems with Chelsea, but it's that, you know, at home you'll absolutely batter United, but are you consistent? Are we consistent enough yet on the road? You consider that Watford game, which was really, really difficult. That took 2 subs in order to turn things around. Yes. And Watford had actually arguably outplayed us.
But we were still playing 4 at the back at that time.
Right, but
the
3 at the back thing has been really good,
yes.
But eventually people are going to wise up to that. And Claude Puel, I think, is a very underrated manager. I want to talk about him a little later, just because I want to say, well, there were results against Swansea away from home. That was a 2-2. So I don't know. I think Chelsea will still. I see a set-piece goal in there for Southampton, because I'm not sure if Austin is going to keep this up, and they do lack, beyond maybe Tadic, they do kind of lack a sort of goal scorer. I mean, Redmond's been really good, but I mean, I don't quite see that person who you think is an unmissable prospect.
Speed troubles Chelsea, and Redmond's the player that worries me in this particular.
I would be concerned too. But I would say this as well. I think Puel is kind of a rebuilder of clubs. He's the last man to win a title with Monaco, who haven't won one since 2000. Then he took over Lille and basically built that team up. They beat United in the Champions League a few years ago. Then Nice, and basically his kind of CV has been spoiled because he went to Lyon, who were in complete decline. And I think Lyon have more sort of media, should we say, savvy. So his reputation was kind of ruined by that. When in reality, well, the team was rubbish, and he didn't do particularly well, but you know, he's taken Nice and built almost a contender out of him. And now at Southampton, he does really seem to be the kind of manager you want in the process. And he's taken a bunch of players. There's been a lot of change once again. And I mean, that team is going to be playing really well, even into the end of the season. So I think
looking at the form of both these teams, then Edo,
I think it's going to be a 1-1. I think Southampton are going to score off a set piece, and I think a Batshuayi change will bring about a Chelsea equaliser.
That's specific.
That's very specific.
1 minute.
Very specific.
88.
88 minutes.
Vamos.
Oh,
I'd have switched off by then.
The live. Personally, I think the wing backs of Chelsea are going to have a massive factor. If Alonso and Moses play well, and obviously Kante, who I said last week, I think still, and I still believe this is signing the season. I think if those 3 have a good game, it will be a factor, and I think I could see us squeezing a 1-0.
Very possible.
A little mention for Matic as well.
Matic, 4 assists, 4 assists in the Premier League.
In assists. Yeah. Like I think that's must be down to Kante.
Absolutely, he's freeing up everyone. Kante, I'm saying it again. Phenomenal signing, the best. That's just my opinion. So I see it being 1-0 for Chelsea. But what do you guys think? Plenty of points on offer in the Sunday games. If you haven't downloaded the app already, please do so. Come to DraftKings. You won't regret it. You can win prizes daily. It's DraftKings, and welcome to the big time.